we're in Scotland. We spent the night at Allie's family friend's house last night and picked up.
They're sour.
They're real sour.
Fish and chips. Pickled onion.
Scotland! We got a car and we just got to Aldi's to pick up some food because we're going to be road tripping the Highlands for the next couple of days, and now we're making lunch in the car. We did good. We literally spent like 20 pounds. Little thing about the car, we kind of got dinged when we got here, like all of this extra shit, like $50 extra a day for being a young driver, which was stupid as fuck. So originally we thought the car was only going to cost us like 150 pounds, and then it came out to be like 344 pounds. That was kind of like well, like, what are we gonna do? Like, we literally can't do anything about that. So our guy, he gave us like a hybrid, so we're hoping that like the money that we're gonna be saving on gas, because gas is like fucking insane here, like compared to the States, it would be like I don't even know, like a liter, like it's liters and gallons, but just expensive as fuck.
There's yet to be any new developments
on this Scottish loving bang sesh. The train was fine. Allie, we got our Euro kind of fucked us.
kind of fucked too.
Well, not me. I got kind of lucky in that regard. But because Eurail literally told us that we needed seat reservations for the train that we took from Glasgow, or from London to Glasgow. We got there, got into the train cars. We were JK, and when we first got there, I noticed, I was like, this is like first class. And so we sit, and but me and Ali had separated. We were still in two separate cars. And the lady comes around and she was like, yeah, like we don't do this. Like you can't actually buy seat reservations. You need to like buy the actual either first class ticket or premium. And so if you want to like stay up here, like you're gonna have to buy it. I got lucky because there was a group of like people who were traveling for work and they had an extra ticket, and so she was like, well, you can stay and use my ticket, and she was like very lovely, and I was like, oh my gosh, thank you. So I just was like, I got breakfast, I got lunch, I got like a cup of tea. It was a vibe. The seats were comfy. Poor Al had to go back to coach
in the slums.
So yeah, it was kind of like the only thing that happened on our way here, other than like the trains being delayed, which was like dumb as fuck. And then we picked up our car this morning, got ready, Nathan took us to the airport, and now we went to Mid-Hop, which if you watch Outlander, you know what it is. Allie's, I've seen a couple seasons, but then I stopped watching it. Allie's like a big fan. We're eating our wraps, and we're gonna head to the Battle of Culloden, like a battlefield in Inverness. And that's our vibe. And that's where we're going, and that's where we're headed. Little update. Welcome to the Scotland episode. It's raining a tad, but like, we're prepared for anything. Rain or shine, we're fucking vibing. We'll check in later. Okay, see, look, this is where we're going. This is what we're doing. She's doing so good. So you see on this how the line is. So when I say stay in the middle, obviously we're in a 2-lane motorway, and if she were to go into the other lane, she would no longer be in the middle. But a good rule of thumb when you're making turns is, you as the driver, you want to be hugging the center of the road. Like if she were to make a turn and be where kind of I am currently at, then you would know that she was not on the right side of the road. So, rule of thumb, when you're driving on the left side, you want to make wide rights and tight lefts. In America, we do tight rights and wide lefts. And so, I mean, she's never done it before. It's literally all the tips that I've given her, and she's doing it. We haven't driven in any major cities, but we're on the motorway.
We got onto the freeway.
She got
done through a bunch of roundabouts.
So we're freaking slaying the boots. And it's like good. We did like, I mean, still freaking California white girl shit, but we just
California white girl. Some white trash shit.
Some white trash shit.
WT.
Look at Allie's fucking drink, like straight up just pumpkin spice shit. And I got a chai latte. But we have a 2.5-hour drive to the Battle of Culloden. So that's just like where we're at. And so I just wanted to like do a little documentation on driving on the side, because I know that it's like scary. Like it's quite daunting. Like even a person at the rental car place was saying, people went and they were supposed to go on like a 10-day road trip and then return the car the same exact day. So it's just like, if you know how to fucking operate a vehicle, then you just need to get the turns right. And you know, we're all intelligent fucking human beings. Just don't be fucking stupid. So that's it. That's all I have on our update. And we'll be back with another one. Yo, what is up, everyone? So I'm literally having like my main character moment sitting in this wind cell. Ali and I are at our hostel We're staying at the Mirage Lodge. We're in Loch Ness. We finished exploring today. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We're at our hostel. It's like a cute little hostel like right off of the lake in Loch Ness. When we arrived and got into our room, it literally smelled like fucking rancid. Like so bad. Somebody was like drying their wet stuff and it just was so muggy and mildewy and just like stuffy and hot. Allie and I looked at each other, we were like, fuck this. And we noticed that the room next to us was completely like empty, like nobody had come yet. And so we went back downstairs and we're like, hey, like, do you think that we can move in this room? And the guy was like, well, technically we have like already people in there. I was like, well, like, since they're not here yet, like, do you mind putting us in there instead? Putting them in the other room, which is like, fuck, but like, we were here first. And it was so, luckily, like, we were able to do that because no fucking shot. Absolutely not. And obviously, like, that's like what you, like, you're living with other people and sleeping with other people, because he was like, well, you do know that somebody else could come in and do the exact same thing. I'll take the risk over like having to like deal with it now. And so we went to, I don't know if anybody has watched the show Outlander. So it was like basically kind of like an Outlander day. We went to Mid-Hop Estate, and in Outlander, the show, it's like Jamie Fraser's like home at Lollybrock. I think that's how you say it, not sure. And so we went there and like that was cool. Like Allie, because she's like a huge fan, like was just in love and was just like, like so cool. But I was like, it was fun. Like it was just like a cool little stop on our road trip, and it was like £6 I think to do it. Like we had bought our tickets ahead of time, but like you could buy them there. It really wasn't that big of a deal to buy them there. And then we drove to the Battle of Culloden, and that was a big major battle that like changed like the history of like Scottish culture. And it was like a big, like so many people died that because during this battle, like the lady, like we did the premium tour, so we like got like a history lesson when we were driving there. That is like when we stopped and we went to Aldi's, and that's like when we got like all the goods and stuff. Phenomenal. And also our accommodation here has like a kitchen and like a fridge and stuff, so that was good too, to know that we could like buy eggs, bagels, some noodles. Like noodles are tuna, the sriracha mayo, rice, some beans, some halloumi cheese, some lettuce, just, you know, all the goods. Yeah, so the Battle of Culloden, when she was explaining it, like on the sides, there was like the government and then the Stuart sides, and on each side there were British, Scots, and like a mixture of people. So it wasn't like technically like the Brits against the Scots, but it was blamed on the Scots. You know, when you just like kind of go to a place and you know there's like history, you know, it was just like I kind of got the feeling of when we were in Anne Frank, and just because there was like it was like a massacre basically. Like there was at one point like 700 people were just like shot in a circle and just like died. Like the mounds of where they're buried, like a mass burial ground, like it was a war zone, like a war battlefield. And so that was just like a holy shit moment. And I just think it was like for just men being greedy and wanting power and land, and it's just like just so much violence and death because of that. And it was just like, ugh. Order of succession, who is the rightful king, all of it. And so, but it was, I mean, it was really cool to be in Scotland and to be in such a place that was such pivotal moment in their culture and in their history. And so I do like recommend doing it. Allie and I bought our tickets beforehand. We originally were going to be at 1, then we were running late, we were going to be at 2, and then we ran even more late. And so they put us on the 3 o'clock tour. We were able to like move, and they accommodated us like being fucking late. And then we drove here, and Allie drove all day. Oh no, actually we didn't. We went to Inverness, which is like a city, and that was like a big history spot too when it came to like the battle and all of that. And we did dinner in Inverness, and that was like really good. Like one of the restaurants I really wanted to go to was closed, but I found another restaurant and it was good. Like me and Allie got like this brie and walnut apple salad. We got this like vegetable, not a soup, but soup like with zucchini and veggies and like this yummy naan bread. I'll have like all that in the Thatch app as well, like where we went. And parking wise, like there were like spots where like you had to have like a permit, and then up like a little bit more there was spots where you could just like pay and park. and that was totally fine. But it was like getting pretty late, and so we didn't really walk around, and it was cold. It's raining right now, and that is just where we're at. But it's just like nice, like to hear the rain, and like we're suited up for tomorrow. Like we got jackets, layers, ponchos, so like we were prepared to like be able to like still do what we wanted to do no matter what the weather was going to be like. Obviously we'd prefer like nicer weather, but like you can't control the weather, and you just have to adapt and make the best of it and do what you got to do. So I'm so exhausted. Today marks a week since we left home. So, and I feel like it doesn't even feel like a week. Like I feel like it's like, holy shit, I can't believe a week's gone past. But yeah, so pretty sweet. That is all I have for tonight's little like check-in and recap of the day. And tomorrow's gonna be like pretty jam-packed too. So I'm excited, and it's gonna be good. Oh, let me show you the room to give you the cinch. Bed, that's my bunk. Since me and Allie are the only ones in here right now, we both took the bunk beds, which is like, some people would be like, that's not proper etiquette, like, you don't take both the bunks. Well, fuck you, we were here first, so I'm gonna fucking take it and do what I want. Somebody yelled at me and Ashley for like taking both bottom bunks. That's the toilet. Ow! What's up? This is like, my fucking tripod kills me. That's like the shower situation. So, okay, well, I'm not gonna like carry it out. So I'm just gonna like end it right now. I'm literally check in tomorrow if I can to give like an update about the day tomorrow. But tomorrow's gonna be sick and fuck. So excited. Okay, peace. Yo, what's up? Oh my gosh. Okay, before I start this little segment of the Scotland episode, I want to show you all our hostel room. Hostels are, for some people, they're like, oh my god, like, you sleep with other people, you share space, like, what the fuck? It's, kind of daunting, but I mean, like, me and Ali are like fucking pros now. So here's our lockers. I'm like not the biggest fan of them like facing upwards because my freaking bag just like keeps falling out. So like I like it when they like are vertical. No, these are vertical. I like them when they're horizontal because it just like fits better. So like we're in a 2, 4, 6 bunk, and so here's my bunk. I got the bottom bunk this time. There's Ali. Oh my god, it's your whole ass. Our other hostel mates like aren't in here, which is like perfect so that I can like record and like do it, but like there's all their shit. There's their bunk, and like this is just like the space. Like tomorrow morning I'll like go and show y'all like the rest of the hostel and like what it's looking like. So like, you know what I mean? Like slay. I'm like ready for bed, hair's in a braid. That's like my go-to hairstyle for when I'm gonna sleep. And we have just like this like little door window thing. We have like our shoes, our stuff is like drying right here. Yeah, so there's like the little tour. Okay, so Allie and I had like a crazy fucking day. Don't want you when people look at me when I'm podcasting. This is better. I'm gonna do it this way. I've also nicknamed myself Medusa because my hair was falling out and it's growing back, and I just like have insane baby hairs now. Anyways, so the lake there, it's lock here. Like they're lakes, we call them lakes at home. What? Allie and I had, I'm having stomach issues too. So we went from like getting really lucky with the weather today to getting like absolutely stuck in a rainstorm and almost like getting blown off the side of a cliff. We left our hostel in the morning. We made breakfast, had like a good little breakfast, like bagel sandwiches and some fruit and coffee and tea, and so that was really good. We went to like a viewpoint, and so we stopped in like the little town of Loch Ness, and there in the main like hub there's like a little walkway that you can walk out so that you could, because we were like, we actually want to see this fucking lake, like what? So we like walked out there, took some photos, saw the lake. It's a beautiful lake. And then we kind of like started our like trip out through the Highlands, and we got like so lucky with the weather, like so lucky with the weather. It was just like stunning, like absolutely stunning. Like we literally cried, and it was just like so pretty. And like the whole Highland, like that road that we were on that was taking us to Isle of Skye, which is where we are now, was just like so pretty, like so pretty. Like we pulled off, we like found this like little cove and like got out, and it was just like so stunning and just like so pretty and amazing. Somebody was coming in and somebody's going out, and I'm feeling like getting stuttered, and I'm like, I hate it. Just okay, so anyways, we just like pulled off, and like I got some my freaking camera literally blew over in the fucking wind and hit the ground, and I was like, oh my god, no.
my camera. But it was just beautiful. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a more stunning mountain range than this. I was literally thinking of it as like Yosemite is absolutely stunning, but like this was just like rolling hills of like mountains and green. And like my favorite part was like you could literally see like the grooves in the mountain of where the water was running down like into like the rivers and streams and like the locks. It was, and they're called locks here. I'm not just like saying that. Like if I were to say there were a lake, Scottish people would come after me. And then we went to this castle, which recommend. I was able to take some photos on the outside of it and a little bit on the inside, but once you got into like the main part of the castle, you couldn't take photography or film or anything. So like out of respect, I obviously didn't, but 10 out of 10 recommend. It was only £11 to do. It was called like the Doolin Castle. Everything's gonna be on the Thatch Guide, so don't even fucking worry about it. And then we were gonna go and do the ferry pools. And so that was about an hour drive from the castle. And when we got to the ferry pools, it was, you know, raining. But here's the thing, you always hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. And so Allie and I have dry fit pants, our hiking shoes, raincoats, ponchos, we had an umbrella, beanies, gloves. We decided not to bring the umbrella, which at first we regretted it, but then we were like, if we would have brought this thing, we would have been blown away like fucking Mary Poppins. We did like 3 miles of this hike and it was fucking insane. I don't think I have ever been in more of a rainstorm and winds, and I thought we were literally gonna get blown over the side. It was insane, absolutely ridiculous, and it was so funny. It is a core memory, and I will literally forever remember that little stroll. Not even a little stroll, like it was actually insane. And then we are now like up more in the Isle of Skye at our accommodation, the cowshed, and it is so cute, like so cute. Obviously the weather is like not what we want and there's like nothing we can do about it, and so tomorrow we were supposed to do like something, but because of the weather we've decided that we're gonna kind of like take tomorrow as like maybe like a slight rest day and just not get up super early and just like see kind of like what the weather's gonna be like and see what else that we can do if we don't end up doing the other thing. But I was really looking forward to it. But Old Man Store, that's what it was, and it was like absolutely stunning. But I mean, who knows, but we were like absolutely drenched, like completely drenched head to toe. Our shoes are still wet, and so it was just like crazy. But we got to our hostel. It was like an hour or so away from the ferry pools. After that we just kind of like got here, got our shit out of the car, showered, made dinner. I am having like crazy stomach issues. I don't know why, but my stomach just like is not fucking happy with me at all, and it sucks, and it's just like gurgling, and it's like weird, and I'm like, what is happening to me? I'm just having like the worst stomach pains. I'm like, ugh. That's like pretty much all I have. It's like an update for today. Like, it was a good day. Real bummed about the weather. We started off real great. She was real beautiful this morning. Okay, I think that's it. That's all I have to report. Literally my shit myself. I don't even know. Doing good. Vibes are up. We love traveling. Okay, that's all I have. I'm gonna like lay in bed and like read my book. I'm reading Fourth Wing. I'm into it. Love you guys. Hope you're all having a great time. Great whatever you're doing. And yeah, check back in tomorrow. See what tomorrow brings. Yo, day 2 in Isle of Skye. So the weather again was shit. That's okay. We made the most of it. Instead of like getting up to do the store walk, we ended up just like sleeping in and resting, which is like honestly like what we needed. So we didn't do the store, which honestly like we just like couldn't with the weather. Like we probably would have died, like slipped and fallen off like the side of the cliff or some shit, which is a bummer because it's like, when are we ever gonna be back up in here to do it? But you know, you can't have everything. And so we went and saw Kill Rock, which is just like the side of a cliff, which is cool. Took some photos. There was like a waterfall like going straight into the ocean. Like yeah, so like that was cool. We went and did the Quarang walk. The entire walk, I'm like reading my Fat Jack notes just so that I can like explain. So the entire walk is like 6.7 or 4.2 miles, 6.75 kilometers, 2 to 3 hours. But because of the weather and just like what the situation, especially with everything that we went through yesterday doing the ferry pools, we just were like, nah. So we like got out by the car park, walked a little bit, saw like some views, and honestly that drive was like absolutely stunning. Like to get to Kilrock from our accommodation and then like driving back up into the Korang walk, it was like stunning. I was like, whoa, like this is so fucking pretty. Like all of this is considered the Highlands, and it was just like absolutely stunning, even like with the weather, even with like those lower clouds. And I don't think it's considered fog, maybe it's fog, I don't know, but it was just beautiful, like so pretty, even like I said, like with the weather not being in our favor. And then we went to Fairy Glen, which was just like this little area with like hills and mounds, and in the thatch up you see like these circles with rocks. And not gonna lie, we were like a little disappointed when we got there, but it was like still cool to like see and just like explore and just to like kind of go and see something for the day. There's like heaps and heaps of hiking that like you can do while you're here. Like honestly, like when we were talking to the lady at our where we went and got dinner in Portree, she was like, yeah, like yesterday was like pretty bad even for like us. Definitely like probably we were here when they probably had their worst weather, because she was like, this is authentic Scotland, but like even right now like this is probably not our best, like worst of the worst that you could get. But I'm like, oh well, that's all right. And then after that, like honestly, like we were just like really exhausted. Like I woke up not really feeling the best today. We were just well, I mean, we've been going over a week. No, today's Thursday, so a week and a day since we like landed, because we left on a Tuesday and landed in Iceland last Wednesday. So we've really not had like one active rest day, so I definitely think it's starting to catch up to us just a little bit. So it was good to like kind of chill and not like go, but especially since tomorrow we have to wake up super early because it's about a 6-hour drive back to Glasgow. We're going to do the Harry Potter train, and we're going to do the meeting of the 3 waters, and hopefully we'll be able to swim in them. Like people can swim in the ferry pools, but because the water was like going absolutely insane, like it was unsafe, and also it was freezing, and we were in the middle of a rainstorm and like about to die. We were drenched on land. So we were just planning on doing the 3 waters tomorrow, and like hopefully we'll be able to swim in them, but if not, then you know, c'est la vie. And then we'll go back to Glasgow and have like the weekend. Then we were going to go to Edinburgh, but our Airbnb got cancelled on us because it flooded. So instead we're just going to spend the day and do the castle that we missed last time because I was too hungover and we just didn't go. So we're doing it this time, and we're gonna see the castle, which is gonna be good. But so that's kind of like the rest of the time in Scotland. That's basically what we have coming up the next days, and it would be nice to like be in a home and like really reset, because the next like 21 days after Scotland, Ali and I are in hostels full blown. Like we are full on like bopping, hostel living, like craziness. So it will be good to like soak up home, like a homey vibe, before, you know, like really jumping into this like backpacking trip. Even though we've jumped in, but like I feel like it's been like we were in Airbnb and then we were in Glasgow home, and so it's gonna be craziness. But we're excited because after just Scotland, we are in Amsterdam just for the night, just a little pit stop, you know. Where we got dinner tonight, we got dinner in Portree, and make a reservation. Ali and I got so fucking lucky. Like wherever you want to go, make a reservation. There were some really good restaurants that I would have loved to go to. I think Antlers was one of them, and there was like 2 other that all included in the Thatch app as like good like recommendations, but they are reservation based. Some of them will not even like sometimes the restaurants weren't even open. A lot of them are in hotels as well, but like the little town of Portree, from like what we saw, was cute. It would have been nice to like go to other restaurants, but like where we ate was super good too. We ate at Harborfield Bar and Restaurant. Basically they had 1 burger and pizza and some side things. So Ali and I got like the number 2 pizza, and it was good. And then we got some fries and coleslaw. We originally just wanted to get pizza and a side salad, but then they were out of the side salad, and then they were out of the olives, and they were out of this and that. So they were like out of a bunch of shit. So like we just were grateful to have a place to eat, because our other option was to like find a grocery store and just like cook at our hostel. Ali literally got pulled over because she pulled out in front of a cop, and he reprimanded us and yelled at us. But hey, we were like, take us how you want, but just don't give us a ticket. Don't give us a ticket, because on top of like paying a ticket fine, we have to like pay our rental car company like an added fine as well. So we were like, oh, so sorry. We didn't get a ticket. We're back at our hostel. Yeah, so it's like pretty much it. Oh my gosh, so the lady Athena at our hostel, one of like the main like workers here was literally talking shit about me and Allie this morning because we fucked up and put the wrong date. Like, we put the date that we cooked our food, which obviously it does make sense to put the date that you're leaving, so like they don't think that it's old. But like, we fucked up. I went to go. We made burritos. We had dinner last night, and then we made burritos for lunch today. And I went to go grab mine and our burritos, and I found mine, but I couldn't find Allie's. And then we asked her about it, and she was like, and then she like explained, and we were like, oh, okay, yeah, like no worries, like whatever, like can't do anything about it now. And then when we came back, we were like eating out in like the common area, and we like just like heard her talking shit about us, and we were like, okay, like first of all, it was really like not even a thing. Like, why are you making it a thing? And like, oh, fuck that shit. Like, that's fucking rude and annoying, and it just like put a bad taste in our mouth, and it was just like, ew, fuck you for doing that. So that was it. That's the only like other thing I had to add. Oh, and I already mentioned it before, but I hate these fucking lockers. I'll check in tomorrow night after we like do the Harry Potter and do the drive. So I'll see you when I see ya.
Note for the pod, so that I don't forget. At the 10:45 to see the Harry Potter train, you want to be standing west because the train is coming west, and you're going to take this trail, and I'm going to show you where to park too. But me and Allie were running late, but c'est la vie. We got to see it at 2 spots because we weren't going to try to make it to where you could really see it on the train, and it was great. So this is the trail that we're walking back on now. This is the train. You go through that gate. Go through that gate and walk up, and there's like a little path, a little area where you can see the bridge. Like, you're far away from the bridge, but then the train comes around again, and it comes up on there. And so, I mean, we were late and didn't see it super close up on the bridge, but I mean, look how fucking beautiful. It didn't come on here, but this is like the path. And like, I fucking love Harry Potter. Like, I love Harry Potter. So like, it's one of my favorite movies, other than Hocus Pocus. And look, this is like the trail that we're walking on now. Stunning. Like, absolutely stunning. I feel like I'm in Harry Potter right now. Amazing. I want to cry. Me and Ali ran on this so that we could see. Oh my god, Ali. Okay, so this is like where we pulled in. Somebody's trying to park. And this is where we parked. So you'll see that sign up there. And we literally, what was it? Yeah. We were able to fucking fit. And I reckon that's the trail we went up, but we went up there, and the Harry Potter train literally stops at that station. We were able to park right here. We also got bitched at and yelled at, but fuck that shit. I'm so happy that we just didn't listen to her. So, win for us! Dub. We did it. So exciting. So, that's the start. Now we're headed back to Glasgow. We're gonna go do the 3 waters and start off with a fucking bang! So Harry fucking Potter train! I just wanted to add that where me and Ali parked is like the train station area, but there's a visitor center. And is that the museum? Mm-hmm. It's like the visitor center and the museum, and there's a platform where you can also see the train, but it was standing more towards like the east, so they didn't really get the train head on like we did. And if we would have continued on the trail, we would have gotten it like perfectly head on. So I just wanted to add that if you're not as lucky as we are with your parking at this spot, there is parking at the visitors center and the museum, and there's a platform and you can view it there. Ali and I just tried to do the trail, and we were late and we were frustrated, and this worked out perfectly, honestly. So yeah, I just wanted to add that, a little bit about that. So yeah, that's like what the parking lot looks like. See, this is like where you could have also parked, the Glenfinnan Visitor Center Museum. So you could also like sit yourselves up over here. Alice and I are at the meeting of the 3 waters, and we wanted to swim, but I don't think we're going to be able to. So let me give you some deets about it. 1, you're going to park on the side of the road. Look at that fucking view. Yeah, we like parked our white cars over there, and Alice just walked up this way. So now okay, so we just finished the meeting of the 3 waters. My fucking phone ran out of fucking storage. It's the fucking worst. But way cool, way recommend. Wish we could have swam in them, but we would have died. So we didn't. But it was so cool. You park on the side of the road. It's literally right off the side of the road, and it was stunning, beautiful, loved it. Great way to kind of just like end our trip, because that was the last stop before we head back and return the car in Glasgow. And then we're staying at Allie's family's house, and she's about to get digged out.
Fingers crossed.
But not her actual family.
Just to preface that.
It's not her actual family, so yay!
Hello. We're literally headed to the airport. I'll give a recap of our day in Edinburgh. We took the train and we did the castle. Were you a little disappointed in the castle? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It was, we were expecting, because we did a castle up in the Highlands, and that was so fucking cool. We're so thick with all of our stuff, so thick. So we did the castle. Oh look, there's Nathan. Yes, Nathan. Did the castle, but it was a lot of museums and just like separate buildings. Like we were expecting to like go in and it'd be like a fucking castle, but it was just like a bunch of different buildings with like a museum type like thing. So that was it. Like I would rate it like 6, 7, just because like we were expecting like to go in and it'd be like a castle like the one that we did. And then we went and did the dungeons, which, oh, I love doing those. We did those in Amsterdam and it was so fun. Like they're just like a good time. It's like an interactive, scary theater. The actors are like so into it, which obviously that makes it like 10 times better. We did, what did we do? Oh, okay, so we were like actually like famished. And so what we did, we walked past this like really freaking cute place. It was called Bruhemia. I'll have it on the Thatch guide. But it was so cute. It was massive. Like I highly recommend. Like the food was so good. We got like espresso martinis, wine, like sandwiches, chips. I got a burger. Like highly recommend. Like it was so good and like such a good time. And then we ran into Nathan's friends there. That kind of like started like our little like booze cruise around like Edinburgh. We went to Three Sisters, got a drink there. That was good. We went to this cool bar called Frankenstein. And it was like full on like Frankenstein themed. That was really fun. And then we went to Finnegan's, and then we went to Finnegan's and we was watching the rugby game. Did Finnegan's, was drinking there. And then, Nathan, what was the last place that we went to? The salsa place. Okay, cool. And we don't know the last place that we went to. Soja's, fuck me, I don't know. But it was so fun. Like up at the top they had live music, and then at the bottom it was like an underground like basement dancing area. And it was so fun. Like I was hitting it off with one of Nathan's friends. He has like blue eyes, blonde hair, like Scottish, like so sexy. We were like dancing and having so fun. I literally can't dance, and so he was trying to teach me like the little 2-step, and like we was just like spinning me around, and we were just like having so much fun. And then he took me outside for a cheeky little kiss. It was good. Like his lips were really soft. He had really pretty blue eyes, and it was good. So just like meeting people in London, now meeting people in Scotland, and now we're headed to Amsterdam. And then we got the last train because we originally were supposed to stay in Edinburgh, but our Airbnb flooded, so they canceled our reservation, which fucking sucked. But c'est la vie. Like, what are you gonna do? Nothing. Like. We ended up just taking the train back to Glasgow at like 11:45. So drunk, passed the fuck out on the train. There's pictures of me like, I was so dead. Literally drunkenly ate like a fried sausage roll and just scoured it, like inhaled it like it was nobody's fucking business.
Fucking deep fried sausage roll.
Yeah, so that was like the last day in Edinburgh. Like it was cool, it was fun. Like having somebody that like lives here and like knew people too. Like I think that definitely like added to our little adventure. Like it was like me and Allie and like 8 other guys, but it was really fun. Like we had a really good time. Little disappointed about the castle, just because like we were expecting to be able to go in. Like I think the coolest part of the castle was when we got to go to the prisoner area, and it was like underground and dark and like really like the castle. Obviously, if you're in Edinburgh, like do it. But I just think I had higher expectations of like actually like going in the castle and being it similar to like what we got to do at the other castle that we went to. So, but either way, it was still an amazing day. Had so much fun, drank a lot, wasn't hungover, more or less just fucking sleep deprived, and now we're headed to Amsterdam. So it's
Scotland was fun. The Highlands were fun. Being in a home was amazing. Got to do laundry, and now this kind of sets Allie and I, not like the real leg of our, but like we're gonna be backpacking for 21 days, straight up hostels, like straight up everything. I gotta go to the post so I can send my shit back that I bought in Iceland. And so yeah, okay, hey guys. So last time we were chatting, I was in Scotland. I was headed off to Amsterdam, but of course before I end this episode, I've got to tell you how much I spent in Scotland. So without further ado, let's chat money, honeys. Okay, so I need my laptop because I have an Excel sheet, and I will link this Excel sheet in the description, and it literally has for the entire trip like how much I spent and every little thing on it. It's fucking dialed in. Like I am type A like a motherfucker. And I'm sorry if like my shadow bugs you. I'm like still just like playing around with how I want to be, the studio vibes. I need back support, how to, it's just a learning process getting the visuals right. Because like I like this. Like I got my plant, I got my new mic, I got the map. Let's talk numbers. In total, for one person, so Allie and I are traveling together. We were traveling together, and I have everything. A majority, I have like 2 rows on the Excel sheet of like individual and then together purchases. But I just think for the sake of this video, keep it short, sweet, and simple. I'm just gonna do my own personal just for one person because then you can easily just double it. For accommodation, we stayed at 2 places: Hostel when we were at the Loch Ness, and then when we were in the Isle of Skye. So the Morage Lodge, which was near Loch Ness, that cost $35. At the Cowshed, that cost $74. We were in the Loch Ness for 1 night, and I believe we were at the Cowshed for 2 nights. Been a minute, you guys. It's August and this trip was in last September. So yeah, but you just watched it, you're fresh off the episode, so I know I talk about it in the episode how long we were there, but it was $74. So in total, accommodation was $109. Now, in terms of transportation, so how we got to London to Scotland, we have the Euro train pass. So I believe it was 5 days that we had paid for, like 5 travel days for the Euro train pass, and that cost $252. So that allowed us 5 travel days, and you could hop on and off trains as much as we needed. So I believe from London to Scotland, we used the Euro train pass that day. So we used it multiple days, like obviously the 5 days throughout the 2 months. So I do just want to, like, I would say $50 addition, like each time we used it, because it came out to be like $252. So from Glasgow to Milken, our rental car, and then Glasgow to Edinburgh, it was $98, but I know we got fucked when we picked up the rental car in Scotland, and we got like just like so fucked. I literally don't remember what the additional cost was. I know I said it when Allie and I were like sitting outside the Aldi, the grocery store, but I will, in editing, will put how much additional it was up here. But as of now, without that additional extra cost, I want to say it was like an extra like $100 each or $150 each, but it was like $98 for just like public transportation and the rental car, and then having the train pass, the Euro train pass. And then activities, we did the Midhop Castle, which was, I'm gonna just like round up like the cents because I'm not trying to sit $7.44. Like we'll just round up. So it was like around $8. The second castle that we did, which was the Eland Donan Castle, it was like closer to $14 to $14.16. And then the Battle of Culloden was about $20, and that came out to be $40 for our activities. And there is so much like free hiking that you can do in Scotland, which we just didn't really get around to it because our weather was just kind of shit. So now we're going food. So when we went to the grocery store split, it was $14 each, $28 in total. And then the number 27 restaurant where we got like that veggie thingy and the brie salad, that was about $22 each. Oh, we actually got lunch at the Donan Castle. the Donnan Castle, and that was like $11 each. Dinner in Portree was $21. Tea and coffee in Glencoe, which was like $6. Our dinner in Edinburgh, where we went with Nathan, where it was all three, like, but we like treated ourselves, like bottle of wine, espresso martinis. I don't think we got any apps, but it was total $135, so like $45 each. And yeah, so that came out to be, so $119 on food. Not bad. Not bad. And then for drinks and alcohol, I like mainly we drank while we were in Edinburgh. I think I spent like $15, but like we were also with Nathan and his friends and like they bought us drinks and stuff, but I think I like spent about like $15. For gas and parking, I didn't split this because if you were gonna do this alone, your gas and the parking would still stay the same. So gas and parking was $64. So obviously Allie and I were able to split that, but for the sake of like if you were gonna do this solo, it would cost you it would cost you personally $64 in terms of gas, parking, and all that good stuff. I would like to preference this. I feel like I've preferenced all the other episodes. I did my best to track literally everything to the fucking dime, but there were times where like Allie paid for things and I might have not got what she paid for, or like vice versa, like especially like going out and drinking. Like I think I really did get main stuff and did a good job. So to give you an accurate numbers of like how much it would actually cost you. All in all, not including the additional cost of the stupid ass fucking rent a car bullshit. Because if you're not a young driver, then you wouldn't have gotten fucked. 446. 446 is how much we spent, and that is really not bad. I can't even say like an entire week in Scotland because we were able to stay with family friends. So I reckon that would equate to like 5 days. Between like 4 to 5 days romping around Scotland, driving, buying food, going out a little bit, having a time in Edinburgh, just like enjoying the Highlands. Yeah, so that's the cost to like backpack Scotland. That's what's so great when you go to that side of the world. You can bop. I think our flight to Iceland was like 7 something. I used points and stuff too, but like once you're over there, and that's why we went to London too, because it was cheaper to fly into London than it's straight into Scotland. And then because then we were able to train, and the train, like once you're able to like stop flying and just train everywhere, it's really not that expensive like getting over there. Like crunching the numbers now, I'm like, okay, like there will be an episode dedicated to how much I spent 8 weeks backpacking, like all of my prep, everything that I needed to buy, and like I'll do a brief rundown of like, okay, in total in Scotland, like I'm not gonna dive deep like I fucking did at the end of each one. I will do like a deep dive of like what prep and cost did this actually take as a whole to do. I would also like to preference like my style is like posh backpacker. I am staying in mixed dorms, I am grocery shopping, I'm cooking at the hostel, but I'm also enjoying nice dinners out. I'm not denying myself things, and I'm cautious and aware. Like there are people who literally will like sleep in parks and shit. I'm not doing that. We stayed in a couple Airbnb, so I would definitely say like I'm not staying in private dorms and hostels. I definitely stay in like mixed dorms and shit, and so I would say kind of like broke posh backpacker. That's my style. Overall, like Scotland was great. Kind of shit with the weather. I think there's more to Scotland I would love to explore, especially the Highlands, and going back like an avid, like I think it would be really great to go to Scotland in the summertime because their weather is so unpredictable, especially in the off seasons. We didn't get to do like the big thing that was on our list, which is like the old man store because of the weather, and then like at the ferry pools, like that was actually literally insane. But I recommend going to Scotland, like especially if you want to like hang out in the Highlands for a minute and just like go like romp around, like being there, it's just like a vibe. So I hope this episode, oh wait, I didn't even tell you how much like I'm at yet now. So I'll end with the episode to telling you like where I'm currently while I was leaving Scotland, what my fucking credit card was looking like. $1,700. And that Iceland was my most expensive so far. I spent like $700 in Iceland, which fucking worth it. Like literally so worth it. Like I wish I had more time there. Iceland, London, and now Scotland. So 3 places, $1,700. Yeah, and then also Allie and I paid for a lot of our hostels before even coming over here. So technically those would also be pre-purchases, like not necessarily, but we, oh my gosh, because of my fucking mental state, we literally planned the rest of this trip in August, a month before we left, like literally this month. Insane. And so, just like reliving this now, I'm just like, oh my gosh, like literally go fucking on a trip. God damn it. Like, do what you want to do. Like, literally, these people at my gym, I've known them for years, and they watch this YouTube couple, and they have dreamed of selling all their shit, taking a sailboat, and sailing the Caribbean and the Mediterranean, and they're fucking doing it. Literally, I just found out about this yesterday when I went to CrossFit, and they're doing it. They're selling all their shit. They're having a estate sale this fucking weekend, and they're fucking doing it, and I have never felt such joy. I mean, yes, I have, but like felt such joy for people like doing what they want to do and committing to it. Like, they have their 3 girls are homeschooled, like, and they're gonna fucking do it, and I'm just like so happy for them, because like what an adventure, like what a like I could literally, I'm getting emotional just like thinking of like the type of life that they're gonna create for themselves and like just like do it, and I'm just like, that is incredible, incredible, incredible. So I hope this episode helps you like literally pull the punch and just like fucking do it. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope that you laughed. I hope it inspired you, and I hope that you fucking do it, bitch. Do what you want to do. If you want what you want, then why not fucking have it and just fucking make it happen? Like, I've also been listening to the audiobook You're a Badass. I highly recommend. It's really jazzed and juiced me up, and it's really great. So I love you. I hope you have the best time on your adventure, and I will see you while I'm in Amsterdam. Okay, love you. Bye.